What a day. I've been shopping for a black hat in Huddersfield. Couldn't find one anywhere. When I bumped into Margaret Selby from 71. She's coming to the funeral as well. Of course, she's already got a black hat and was more than happy to tell me about it. I said to her, I didn't know you knew Agnes, I said, hoping she'd be embarrassed and not attend. Oh, no. She used to work with her in Saltell Mill in the 70s, knew her quite well. And then she had the nerve to ask me how I knew her. I don't know who she thinks she is. Those lace curtains of hers have not been changed in 6 months. And her cat stinks. I said, no, I didn't work with her in a mill. No, I was in the insurance office in the 70s. Punch card operator. Yes, no, I just lived next door. And it was me who found her. That shut her up. So whilst I had the chance, I told her the whole story. She'd blown a fuse in her plug socket, overloaded it with too many plugs and a European converter that she bought for a blender that she got from Alicante. I said to her, Spanish and electrics don't mix. She wouldn't listen. She said it cost €4 and made lovely soup. Anyway, her son Derek usually came over on a Sunday from Todmorden and did a few odd jobs for her. But he'd missed last Sunday as his Labradoodle had pulled him off his skateboard in the park and twisted his ankle. Skateboarding? He must be 50. Thinks he's George Clooney. She's always going on about Derek, saying he's something high up in the council. I've never heard of him. She said he's very, very high up behind the scenes. I thought, how high can you get behind the scenes? Anyway, he has not mended this fuse, so she's had to use another plug socket, which meant she's placed the toaster above the sink where she washes up. Well, you can see what's coming, can't you? She's popped in 2 slices to toast in the morning, and then she thought she'd give a few plates a quick wipe over. And then, splosh, toaster's fallen in the sink, electrocuted her. Well, I've heard her scream, and I thought, that's funny. 8 o'clock in the morning, on a Monday, from her house. She's usually already on her way out to foxtrot dancing at the community centre. I mean, who wants to do foxtrot dancing at 8 o'clock in the morning? Each to their own. Anyway, I've run up a back passage and in through the conservatory door. It's never locked, not since it was fitted badly by that sly Eric. Why anyone would get work done by him, God only knows. He's got a nose like a canal rat. Anyway, there she is, Sparko on the floor. 2 slices of mother's pride floating on the washing up. I thought, well, love, you've done well for 82, but just think how far you could have got if you hadn't brought that blender home. Well, with that, Mrs. Selby only turns round and says, I bought her that, and it was for Wengarola, not Alicante. Well, you could have knocked me down with a feather. Turns out they went on an OAP's holiday with a Saltaire Mill Chatty Talk group or whatever they're called. 10 days, half board, in a hotel run by a woman from Wigan and her Spanish husband, Gerardo. Oh, I said, I hope you don't feel guilty. I mean, I'm sure it's not a matter for the coroner. Coroner, she said, what do you mean? I said, well, they want to know what she's doing with a faulty blender. She said, but I thought you said it was a toaster that fell in the sink. I said, yes, but they want to know what led up to that. They're very inquisitive, these coroners. I remember when Eric Duckworth fell off his bike and was hit by a bus. They were not happy with the landlord of the plough who let him leave all wobbly-legged. And his defence, that he thought he always walked like that, was seen as contempt of court. She said she didn't see the connection with Eric Duckworth. And I thought, well, you will if I tell him about that bloody blender. Anyway, she just shrugged and said she had to get off because her daughter was coming round to show off a new tan that she got done in Leeds. Well, I'll probably have to go to Bradford for that black hat. Oh God, that'll be the bus ride from hell on pension day since they've opened that new Aldi. I mean, it is all cheaper, but is it worth having? I had a piece of steak from there last week. Thought I'd treat myself, you know. It's like eating the side of a bingo handbag. The dog had most of it. Anyway, their marmalade's all right. It's not bad, even if it is called Slav Mott, whatever that is. I said to the fella in there, I said, do you do marmalade? He said, well, this is just as good. I mean, you can taste the difference a bit. But what else can you put on your toast for 32p?